Good morning, Sunshiners. It's 7:07, exactly 7:07. I'm doing good at being on time. I'm so proud of myself. Thank you for joining me this morning. It's Tom Grody. And I have a little sunshine for you today. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. Love seeing you, love seeing you, love seeing you. So yesterday I went to a funeral yesterday for a long time South Ender. Um, 69 years old. He passed away. He had Parkinson's. He had pretty bad dementia, and the last days were pretty rough. The funeral was at St. Leo's, which is an institution on the South End, which was a church saved by a group of people uh, who weren't going to let him tear that church down. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful church. And I wanted to read something that was given out at the funeral. Gentleman who passed away, his name was Stretch. His nickname was Stretch. Everybody knew him by Stretch. He was a tall guy, kind of like me. And he was loved so deeply by the people around him, his family, his friends. And I want to read this to you. It was, I got to sit at the funeral and spend that time. Must have read this 10 times. And I remember I just said, you know what, I gotta read this tomorrow on the program. So I'm gonna read this to you. I want you can even close your eyes if you want. I'm not gonna put it up on the screen because it's too many words. You wouldn't be able to read it anyway, but I want to read this to you. But go ahead and kind of soak these words in from Stretch's funeral. This is from the author is Linda Ellis, and it says, I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend who referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. The dash between those years. For that dash represents all the time that they spent alive on earth. And now only those who love them know what the little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. So think about this long and hard. Are there things you'd like to change? For you never know how much time is left that can still be rearranged. If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real and always try to understand the way other people feel and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering this special dash might only last a little while. So when your eulogy is being read with your life's actions to rehash, would you be proud of the things they say about how you spent your dash? That's pretty good, wasn't it? Pretty good words. I will post that on the page about that dash between the day we're born and the day we die, and how we choose to spend that time, that precious, precious time that we have between those two times of being born and dying. We never know exactly when that latter part's going to happen, when it's over. We never know, and how precious each and every day is, and really thinking about what really matters. Why are we here? What are we doing? So I got to listen to Stretch be eulogized, and what an incredible example he set. His son came up and eulogized him and talked endlessly about how much time his dad spent with him, how much time he talked with him about life, how many sporting events he sat through and coached him and helped him, and then how much time his dad spent with his kids and doing the same thing. What an example he set, and how his dad was his best friend. How his dad was his best friend. And then his best friend stood up and talked about all the years they had together, how his friend Stretch would be there no matter what, always to lend a hand whenever he needed help. He called his friend. And there was a group of guys on the South Side. They were just best buddies. They hung out a lot. Many of them were in our Lions Club, many still are. But they were a brotherhood, and these guys would do anything for each other, and that's what community is all about. They loved each other. They really loved each other, and many of them are still here and do. But what a wonderful example they set. What a wonderful example Stretch set. A man with values, a man who loved his family, a man who loved his community, gave back to his community, did lots of service work. So it was really good to hear about the dash between the time he was born and the time he passed away. Really, really great to hear, and those words really rung true. Really rung true. So I want to share that today. That's my sunshine, is to think about the dash between the day we're born and the day we might not be here anymore. And just always remember, we have a choice. We have choices to make about how we spend that time, about what we want to hold on to, what we want to let go of, how much we want to really love, which is really the main purpose we all have, is to love our asses off. God, we can't go wrong. Loving folks. We just can't go wrong. It's really the only answer. It's the only answer. Wins. That's my message today, folks. I love each and every one of you. I really, really appreciate having this opportunity to get to speak with you 4 days a week for 7 minutes, 28 minutes a week. It's adding up. We're at like 432 of these. I'm going to keep going. I love it. I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful day today. Remember, even when it's really damn cloudy out, the sun is always shining. Remember that you are the sunshine. All right. Remember, think about that dash today. All right.